Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of Let's Build a Modded World. In this series we're building up a medieval city or castle if you want to. A lot of people think that the castle is just the big towered building, but that's actually the keep. Castle is the whole city. Obviously it's a misconception because a lot of the time I live in the northeast of England, and there's several castles near where I live that are just called castles, and literally what they are is what you'd consider to be a castle, which is a keep. You know, but back in medieval times, a castle would incorporate everything from the wall to the actual keep, and that's kind of what we're going for here: a medieval city slash keep slash city slash castle. Words sometimes they can be so difficult. And right now what we've got is we've got this kind of front facade built up. But I was sat here thinking over the past couple of days, because I had a very busy day yesterday. I didn't get to do much recording. Like, we want to put over here, we want to put a dye shop, not a dye shop, sorry, a decocraft shop where we can go in and we can just pull out all of our decocraft stuff that we need to do. And so I need a few farms for that. And if we go in here, you can see this is a deco bench. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You can see that what I need is I need some red, we need green, and we need blue, as well as clay. So there's 4 different farms that I need to make to allow that shop to function properly. To build the shop, we could build the outer structure, but if we do that, then how is it going to work? And I was thinking, do I really want to build? You know, if I was to build those 3 farms, or those 4 farms, clay, green dye, blue dye, and red dye, is it going to fit in here? And I was thinking about that. How do I want to do that? And at first I thought, you know, we talked about this a couple episodes ago, where I thought about putting my base underneath. You know, like underneath we were going to have a sewer system here, and then if we went down even further, we were going to have our base at this level. And the more and more I thought about that, the more and more I thought, you know what? I don't actually want to do that. I don't want to have a big base underground, you know, I've already got one, and I'm going to take you and show you around it a little bit. And so I'm sat here and I'm thinking about, like, what do I want to do? You know, and I had a bit of a think about it, and I thought, well, we're going to have all these different districts. Just turn my headphones down a little bit, the noise of the thingy. If you know, this is my underground base currently, you know, this is my old ME system was here. You know, we go over here, you can see my current reactor that's powering my base. You know, I've got some mob farms down here. You know, which I do believe I deactivated because they were just running and these were leading to nothing. You know, and got a wheat farm over here, which, you know, I don't believe any of this is running anymore. We can just... Yeah, as you can see, that's full up because that's not running anymore. So we could just deactivate that, and that'll just stop this from actually producing anything. You can see we're just getting all of this here, and it's going nowhere. And does that produce sludge? Yes, it does. I didn't actually know that. You know, we've got this here. This was my old base, and I've kind of turned this base off. You know, I don't want to have the base underground anymore. You know. What I want to do is I want to have different districts. I want to have a shopping district where you kind of come in and the shopping district is the first thing you see. Then I'd like to have a farming district, you know, a place where we build our farms in it. Then I'd like to have a civilian district, you know, sort of like where people live, you know, and decide where we're going to put the keep, where we're going to put the castle, you know. Might be nice to put the castle back here. But to do that, I need to do a lot of planning. And to do the kind of planning that I want to do, I need to level the area. I need to get rid of this. You know, and to get rid of this, I need a base. You see the conundrum there that we're going kind of round in circles. So I thought, what about if we build a house over here? You know, a house over here to put our base in. You know, and let me just get rid of these, because this is where my house is going to be. And I'm kind of thinking, like, how do I want to do this base, you know? Well, what do I want it like? You know, do I actually want it to be this big, massive thing? You know, and I want a big, like, manor house, you know? And that in it of itself is going to take me some building. But also, you know, do I want it to be lower than this? You know, where do I want the entrance to be? You know, originally I was going to put, like, a little gate here. You know, maybe we rework this and put the gate here. You know, that would be nice, and have a little bridge coming out. You know, I'm undecided on kind of what I want to do in terms of this space here, but I know that I want to get everything moved out of here and in and onto over there. And I don't think we're going to do the inside in terms of making it look like an actual house. Inside, we're not going to have different rooms and whatnot. What I'm thinking is we just have an external structure for the time being, something to be able to put it in. You know, we could actually feasibly move it over here and have it in here, which actually might be the better option. Actually, now I'm thinking about that. You know, just have it in the courtyard here. You know. We got a lot of space. We got a magnum torch, you know. That actually might be a good idea, actually. The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm kind of liking this, you know, because then it puts it in here, and it's yeah, I kind of like that. And so this episode, what I kind of want to do is do that, but I don't know. I think it might be nice to actually build a structure. But I do wanna kind of plan this out a little bit more, and that's something that I want to do on camera. So I'm gonna get to moving that into there, or maybe building a structure there. I'm gonna have a little bit more of a think about that and see what I like on that, and then I'll be back with you. Welcome on back, folks, and I've had a little bit of think about what I want to do, and thinking about it in more depth. I do think, one, we are going to build a house here, but two, not yet. I think I'm going to move all of my stuff over into the barracks, have it in the courtyard here for now. I don't really plan to furnish this building just yet. I want to make sure that we've got access to a lot of the things that I want to use for this first, i.e., you know, having that deco shop set up, which means doing the farm, which means clearing out this whole land here and deciding sort of the stretches of our kingdom, you know. And when I say I want to do this house, I definitely want to have my main sort of base of operations be my own house here, that I sort of come into, and in there I've got an ME system that I can then look at all of the different things that are showing up here in the world, you know, because I want to have that ME system hooked up to everything. And I think I'm going to use the guise of a sewer to do just that. You know, to run all the cables underneath. Yeah, we can do a lot of it wirelessly, but I'd like to do some of it cabled as well. Plus, I've always wanted to build a sewer in Minecraft, and I never kind of got around to one. I know it's a bit of an odd build, but I've always wanted to do one. But anyway, so I didn't want to put it all over here to begin with, to have my base of operations be here. I'd like to, as we sort of phase the old into the new, because we're going to phase out all of the stuff that I've already done in this world and phase in new things. You know, I've disabled all of my farms. I've sort of counted up all of my riches, if you will, and then as we add new stuff to it, I want to be able to go to the ME system and see what this kingdom is producing, you know. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to start by moving everything over here. I've got a whole bunch of storage drawers to move. I've got a whole bunch of just stuff to move over, and it's going to take me a good couple of hours to do this, but I want to get it done. So I'm going to get to that, and I'll bring you back in just a little bit. Welcome on back, folks, and I've moved myself into over here, at least briefly. This isn't permanent. We ain't going to use the barracks as our headquarters for much longer, but it's until we can actually start moving this stuff over to where it belongs. Oh, bit of an hiccup there. Oh, I swear I shouldn't drink before I do a recording. Pop, of course. Pop. I don't drink alcohol. But anyway, I've moved it over. I've cleared it all out, and this looks a lot better now. But if we take a look at the map, it's J, not M. J. We've still got this whole horrible bit here. Like, we look at this bit here, and it looks really, really nice going up to the barracks again. Looks really, really nice. But sort of like when it starts to get to here, it starts to look a little bit horrible. And again, we've got to flesh this side out. But what I kind of want to focus on is actually just terraforming this section here where we've got all of this horrible stone, you know, and also giving some tips when you do this. You know, we've got this here, so I want to continue this through. So let's just mark out like a little bit of an area here of how we want that to look, and then all we're going to do is just take this out. Oh, this is an instant line even when Even when flying, that's good. Sometimes when you fly, it's not an insta-mine. Now, there are things in modded Minecraft that make this much easier. We can use a builder to clear this area for us. But I don't want to do that. I actually find this therapeutic, believe it or not. I kind of like doing that. So we could just sort of take this out and peel this back as need be. And this is really all that I'm going to be doing, is just peeling this back and sort of sectioning it off. And I do want to get most of this area cleared. We've actually got the whole land just to build in as and when we need to. And we're going to get a ton of dirt from this, which is cool, which is actually kind of what we need. We're going to need some dirt, and I'm low on dirt. I've only got like 20,000. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you're filling in an area, it doesn't go that far, you see. Yeah, there's not really that many dirt farms in modern Minecraft, you know. The only way that I get it is by clearing things like this. I mean, I'm sure there's possible ways that I could definitely make it work, but, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to get those up and running, and I just can't be bothered. But yeah, so I'm just going to clear out this, and when I've got a bit of a progress update to show you, I will bring you back and give you a bit of an update. But as it stands right now, I'm going to be trying to peel this big bulk thing back, and this thing, and try and merge it into this slope, just this bit here. And when I've done that, I'll come back before we do any more. Welcome on back, folks, and I've done quite a bit of work. As you can see now, we've got that big, massive thing gone. And now when we actually come in the gates, we've got the vast majority of the kingdom to build before us. Now, there are still some things that we do need to do. Some things that we do need to focus on. There's this big block of concrete still here. Stone that we need to get rid of, which I don't really like. There's also all of these trees that need to go. We need to decide sort of how far we're going to bring it in over here. And I'm thinking we bring it to probably about here-ish is what I'm thinking. So what we do is we probably bring this over here. Probably bring it round here. I'd probably bring it down a bit here. Go to here. You know, but this is a whole bunch of terraforming to be done later. I've been thinking about how I kind of would like to do this, and you know, there's all this over here that we need to do as well. And I think what we need to do is we need to get all of this sort of taken back. We need to get all of this sorted out so that I can actually visualize how I want this kingdom to look, which means also coming in over here and sorting this bit out here as well. There's a lot to be done to this, and I'm a little bit unsure on how to do it. This is going to take me some time. You know, I've already spent the biggest part of last night and today doing this, which means I'm not going to have enough videos for the month, for next month, which is unfortunate. If I spend much more time doing this. So I'm going to see how much I can get done. I know we could probably use a builder to do this, and that might actually be a better option. Let's see if we can set that up. Actually, that might be a better option. It's been a while since I've done this as a dimension builder. Is this it? Oh, is it called a quarry? It might be called a quarry. No, there it is. The shaped card is a silk quarry, fortune quarry, clearing quarry. I actually might have that, to be honest with you. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's get a tesseract. Okay, and let's get an ender chest. We'll grab 2 of these for now, and let's just go and see if I can figure out how I want this thing to work. So I have figured this out before, but it's not an easy thing to do. Okay, so shape card, swap, back, copy, move. So that's not showing a preview. But I always thought that there was a quarry at RF Tools. Let's see, RF monitor, liquid monitor, crafter. It's not a crafter, I know that much. Power relay, item filter, dimlet filter, storage scanner, machine infuser, environmental controller, screen controller, dimlet research, dimension builder, creative dimension builder. We don't want that dimension editor. So actually say in here. Okay, so maybe it's on this that we do, okay? So we want it to be a solid block. I actually want this just to be, should we say 10? So it's actually all the way up here and it goes all the way back there. So no, we don't want that. Okay, so let's just put this as 10, 10 and offset 0. Okay. And let's pop that in and see how this looks. So it's going to do that. And that will clear all of that. But we don't want that. Okay. So I'm going to figure this out a little bit more and then I'll bring you back. Welcome back, and I've got it all sort of figured out now. As you can see, we've got this big blue block and this is what it's going to quarry. This is what it's going to remove. All of what's within this blue block. Okay, so we could just actually sort of get rid of that. We don't need that preview mode anymore. But we do need to set some more things up, and I kind of wanted to show this on camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop a chest. Actually, I think this quarry is right to the chest that's on top of it. We're also going to pop that there. We're also going to take another one of these ender chests and we're going to pop it right about here, me think. And then what we're going to get is an import bus, which is this thing here, and a couple of acceleration cards, okay? And a couple of cables as well. And we're going to just link this chest up like so. I'm not going to be able to link it up like that. Let me just... a little bit of a small reorganization here. There, like so, and like so. Okay, I'm going to put this chest in the middle. Then we're going to stick these import buses onto it. It's going to be a little bit tricky to put that one on top. Got it. We got it. Then we're going to open up each of these and we're going to put 4 acceleration cards in here. Because this quarry will do it at an amazing speed and we need to make sure we get everything out of this chest. So just to show you what I'm doing is this is an ME system. This allows us to store a bunch of things within modern Minecraft. Okay, this stores it in these deep storage units, or these disk drives here, or these storage drawers, or pretty much anything that I want to hook up to it. And basically what I'm going to be doing is when I use that quarry, I'm going to be sending everything from that quarry into this chest right here. And these 4 things I've just put around it, what they're going to do is they're going to suck the items out of this chest and stick them in my ME system for me. The only thing we're going to need for that is some energy conduits to get this thing started, and a lever. So we've got the lever, we've got the energy conduits. Now let's go stick this baby on and see it go. This is a beautiful thing to watch as well. So we're going to hook up the energy conduits. We're going to take the lever, we're going to put the lever on it, and then boom. That should start if I've done it right. And as you can see, it is already mining all of the things. And now this is going to take a little bit of a while. I'm not sure exactly where it's mining just yet. But I am going to leave it going. And then when it's done, I'll bring it back and show you. Did just the work. Now, I will admit to cheating just a little bit. I did actually put myself into creative mode to just sort of put myself up here so I could get the time lapse. I didn't know any other way to do it. I don't have a second account I can log in at the minute, you know, so I just thought that was a nice way to get the time lapse. I thought it'd be good to get the time lapse. We still got some of these trees here and whatnot, but we're just gonna go like over this with, you know, with what you might call it. I think these grow upwards, don't they? These thingies. Oh, careful, boy, my dog. I think actually what I might do is I might just take these out real quickly, like so. It's amazing to see how the landscape has changed now that we've flattened this, but we flattened it a little bit too much and a little bit over here. So I've got quite some more reconstructing to do over on this bit because I definitely want the keep to be a bit higher. But I'm not going to worry about reconstructing over here just yet. You know, the keep's going to go here, but at least now when I reconstruct it and I build it up, we'll have a nice little land to build on. What I want to kind of focus on is this bit here. My dog is laid against my chair, slowly pushing me over towards the left. What I want to focus on is slowly just sort of working this all in. And I think what I want to do is I want to work this river to go around here and meet up here, so I do want to take some more out here, but this is a great starting position. And now what I need to do obviously is pick this back up. Oh, this information, why aren't I running? I thought it was loading for a second then, but no. So, well, we can take this back to fast. There we go. And then go back over here, get ourselves a bunch of dirt, and then start just bringing that up as dirt. It's going to take a little bit of time. And unfortunately, I did want to have a video a day going up on the main channel, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that due to some certain circumstances that's happened that I'm actually going to talk about in a video. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to outline where I want this to go. So if we just say, you know, like, okay, so let's bring that up there. You know, bring that up there. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? Now all I need to do is sort of fill this area in. It'll become easier once I've got the outline done. But what I want to do is just sort of like go around the outline. You know, we've got this here. Let's do that. I think Endermen have been on my land, just nicking grass blocks here and there. So we've sort of got this, and all I'm going to do is just be filling in these like holes that we've got here. And then going around and sort of filling it out on the outsides and the outskirts first. And I'm just going to use Builder's one to bring it all in. It would be nice to have another time lapse of doing this, but I don't think I can do that. I do have a spare account. I've got my wife's account that I could potentially use, but they're just a lot of setting up to do that. Yeah, that's good. Let's get rid of those. So I think I also want to get rid of this. My dog is panting. So I kind of have to just sort of fill this out. I think that's one of Jace's better builds. I do kind of definitely want to fill this out in a way that makes sense. maybe we bring that out here. Like so. And again, I'm just going to... It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't about making this perfect, but I do want it to look at least reasonably good. There's what looks to be a cave system here, which I'm not going to fill in. Oh, this actually doesn't look like a cave system. This looks like somewhere I'd have dug out. Did I plan to build something here at some point? Looks like I did. Okay. Yeah, so let me get some work done on this and I'll be back with you. Welcome on back, folks. And as you can see, we've now got all of this in place. But it is a big flat land, and that doesn't lend itself well to building. You may think the flat land's good like this, but it's not, because it doesn't look natural, and that's the problem when you have it flat like this, is it doesn't look natural. Hence why I brought this up here. Hence why we've got these over here going up and down. And of course, as we go further in, we are going to terraform this even further. We are going to put some more valleys and more hills and dips and stuff into here. Although, as it stands right now, we've got just a base canvas, and that's what we want, a base canvas to build upon. And we're probably going to put the farming district over here. It is kind of what I'm thinking. We'll probably have like a bit of a civilian district over here, bit of a shopping district, a bit of a military district over there. Different various things. And I want to have two different like civilian districts where people live. I want to have the poor region like a rich region, and the rich region will have more luxurious resources used to build with. Whereas within the poor district, I want it to be mainly just wood and cobble and something cobbled together. But I'm not actually sure where I want to put these districts just yet. I do know that I want to put the farming district over here because I do want to get to work on some farms. So I definitely want to start work over here. We'll probably bring this like around and whatnot to go over here. But kind of like the first farm that I think I want to do is the skeleton farm. And the reason that I want to do that is because we need, we're still working on this deco bench. If we go over here, we're still working on making a deco shop. So, deco. Which allows us to use this deco bench here. And be able to get stuff here. And for this, we need clay, we need red dye, we need green dye, and we need blue dye. There's another way to show, like, all of it. Nope. So, yeah. We need all of this. So I need some sort of cactus farm. I need some sort of rose red farm. And I'm thinking that, I don't know how a flower farm is going to work. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. But what we can do is if we get like the 2 tall flowers, we can bone meal them. And they will drop a flower. And I'm thinking of doing that. But for that, I'm going to need a reoccurring source of bone meal. And I don't have that yet. A skeleton farm isn't too hard to do. And I definitely want to have each mob farm be its own separate building. We've got this whole piece of land that I want to fill out with buildings in this style. So we can definitely get away with doing each one as its own. And I'm thinking that we may have even multiple skeleton farms because we're going to get bone meal, and there's a lot that we can do with bone meal. We're going to get bones, should I say. And there's an awful lot that we can do with bones. We can make this bone block, which again is really good. Is that it? And then we can obviously get bone meal, and bone meal leads to all sorts of things. So I definitely want to have a source of bone meal, and I also want to have bone meal sent to different farms at the same time. So this will probably, what this will do is this will collect the bone meal, then it'll put the bone meal in a storage at this farm. You may be able to come into the said farm and purchase bone meal and bones and bone blocks, and it will make all of the things that we need to make with bone meal here, all the things we want with bone meal anyway. Then it will then ship it off to a bone meal chest. Said chest will then ship off to a deep storage unit, and that will ship off into our storage, which means we also need a deep storage unit, which is something that I also want to get set up as well. So that may be the next episode. There's a lot that I want to do over the course of the next few episodes. I got a big plan for this area, and it's going to take some time to bring that all to fruition. But I also want to work on this river, and the reason that I want to work on this river soon is because I don't have Jace around at the minute. He's back in like a week and a half to do some more recording, to do some more playing on this world anyway. And that gives me the perfect chance to actually terraform this area and bring this river around just how I want it. But unfortunately, you know, I've got this area to do here, and I'd like to do this as well, but I can't at the minute because I'm behind. I'm really behind on videos due to a certain circumstance. I'm not even gonna have a video a day. I'm gonna have one every other day on this channel, which is unfortunate. You know, but yeah. And then there's obviously this that I want to make this into some sort of like cliff face mountains, and I definitely want there to be a basement to the keep, you know. And I don't know how big the keep's going to be. I don't know what shape the keep's going to be. I've got a lot of work to do on like building the actual keep, which is like what most people consider to be the castle. Obviously this is the start of the castle here, and I'm really happy with how this looks. You know, we come here and this is beautiful. You know, this looks like a really good castle. I'm really happy with how this is all turning out so far, and I think it'll look better once we get some more buildings in. We also want to lay out some of the walls, and there'll be some streams in March where we're just, you know, building up these walls, you know, building up buildings that we've already done in this series on repeat. You know, this wall is going to be a pain to bring around. It's going to take a long time. It took me 2 days just to do this section here, but of course a lot of this was working out how I wanted it to look, how I wanted it to go. You know, the shape of it, doing this gatehouse becomes a repetitive nightmare. You know, but yeah. Oh, we've also got flags that I want to put on top of these at some point. But we got to find like the colours of this kingdom, and also, you know, I need a wool farm and that kind of stuff, so that'll come then. But yeah, I think this is gonna do it for this episode, guys. And we're gonna have a nice little plain screen. Actually, we won't have a plain screen shot. Let's get this in the background. You know. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So, if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like. And click subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, I'm KC, and thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.